Welcome in, and we're still on a high after winning the Premier League title. Although, as you can see, we won it with 79 points, which is a new record low. So, maybe not that impressive points tally, but we got the title, so that's all that matters. Let's see how the team did over the course of the season, shall we, and where we're going to need to improve. Daniel's again been excellent for us, as you can see. 7.18. Many players with over 7 ratings, so the team's overall performed really well, as we can see. At the bottom, Zorko surprisingly didn't perform very well. The other guys down here are generally kind of backups. So, although Pavlovic, but that's 6.94, which is anything over 6.9. Good rating. Happy with everybody's performance, really. Just need a bit more top quality, I think, in the team to be a bit more comfortable. But we did win the Premier League, so no complaints. Carboni had a good season, 10 goals, 9 assists. Lito, 9 goals, 8 assists, another good season. Cali Ringberg, 19 goals in 27 games, so he's really had a great season and just a bit of contributions from everyone else. Let's see what the transfer budget is then. We have 74 million to spend. Again, we only have 47 revenue available for any sales. Do try and ask for that to be increased, but the board don't really seem keen on it, even though we've got 98 million in the bank. Wage budget 1.94. I imagine we'll probably try and have to increase that a little bit if we're signing some players that want a lot of wages. So we're going to delve into the transfers now. Okay, so let's take a look at the transfers we've made for the forthcoming season. So we've got the squad planner. So we have a change in goalkeeper. I thought Patterson might have just been not quite up to standard. So we managed to pick up Aaron Ramsdale. And that was in replacement for Hugo Sosa, who we sold to Everton for $9.5 million. We bought Ramsdale from Newcastle for 21.5. I believe he was kind of their backup, so we were able to get a good deal on him. Really good stats, as you'd expect from Ramsdale. 33 years old in game now, so happy to kind of bolster the keeper. We've got 2 really good goalkeepers now, I think, which should help us out a bit more. Then at right back, we have no changes there. So centre backs, we have brought in Jean-Paul Van Heck. So we purchased him from Almere for 62 million. Quite a lot of money. However, really like the fact that he's a good ball-playing defender, as I wanted to transition to playing a bit more ball-playing defenders now that I've got defenders that were good on the ball, because I've got Van Heck and Ishan is good at that as well. Good jumping reach, heading, really 6'2", really good tackling, very quick as well. So really good centre back. We ended up letting go Dima to Leicester for 14 million. Unfortunately, he was probably our weakest centre back. Although Max Dyson is potentially our weakest centre back, because he's English and been trained at the club, he qualifies for the Champions League slot. So really kind of need to keep him. No change at left back either. Defensive midfield, we've made a change here. We sold P. Shart to Frankfurt for 23 million. And we've picked up Florentino Luis, 38.5 million from PSG. I just wanted somebody to play defensive midfield who's a bit more experienced, as like we weren't really getting great ratings from the guys we had. So I just wanted, like, as it says, an elite midfielder, experienced guy who can sit in there. He dictates tempo. Really all the stats I'm looking for a kind of a holding midfielder. So happy to get him to real star quality there. In midfield, we did also sell Cesar Casady. Now, although he had a good season, Atletico Madrid came in for 26 million and he wanted to move there. So it was hard to stand in his way. However, we have made a change. The replacement we've bought is Fabian Rieder, Swiss international. Now, I've been trying to sign him since around the time we got promoted to Premier League. The scouts had picked him up. He looked great. At that point, he was playing for Young Boys, so I was able to secure a signature. Obviously, you can see Brentford only paid 14.75 million, but he just wanted too much wages, so I could never really afford his wages, which is really unfortunate. But I've now been able to afford the wages, and if you look at his stats, look really good. So he's going to look to slot into that midfield, kind of like the support Mozilla role, alongside our central midfielders. Other than that, no change there. With then on the right wing, I've signed Hakan Anar Haraldsson. Now picked him up from Al Ittihad for 10.25 million. He's on quite a large wage, 250,000 a week, but really good stats. Really like the look of him. He's got some great traits as well for a winger. Good pace, really good, and he's model citizen. Love that. So I feel like he'll be really good on this right hand side wing. Now Gonzalez and Carboni have both been wanted, so I'm assuming one is going to be sold before the season starts. So Gonzalez is he's injury prone, doesn't like big matches. He has a competitive streak, so I'd ideally like to sell him. But we'll see who we end up selling. We did sell Malen, obviously, because he cost us a Champions League final slot. So we picked up Yassir Asprilla for 50 million from AC Milan. He's got really good all-round stats. That's not any greens, but he's got good two strong feet. I just remember seeing him playing for Man City earlier in the save and doing really well. Doesn't look like he did that well, but I think just from my memory, like he was a good player. So yeah, he was available, and I think he fits good as like a backup option on the left hand side. He can play all around on the right as well, so that's good flexibility to have. No change up front. We're still going to have Stevens, Ringberg, and Roque. Ringberg and Roque are going to be the starters, with Stevens really looking as a backup now. He hasn't really moved on how we'd like to have been, and we're in our last season now, so I don't think he's going to make the jump in that season. So he's just going to be the third choice, and also an extra backup on the left wing as well. So that's how the team is looking. Think it looks a bit stronger than last year. Just added a bit of strength for centre back, defensive midfielder, a bit more quality in the middle. So hopefully we can compete for the title again, and let's see how we get on in the Champions League. Right, I will see you soon. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.